now it's recording.
Okay, so.
How are you?
I'm good.
Still look so tan.
Yeah, well, it'll fade. Like everything and everyone.
Oh my god! Just gets really deep with it.
Is that even deep or just depressing?
Because
I feel like I've been thinking about this a lot, though, actually, and I realized that I am motivated by a lot of negativity.
Explain.
Like, I'm more likely to do something when somebody tells me that I can't do it than if they're like, I think you can do anything. I'll be like, no, I can't. But if someone's like, you can't do that.
That's why Sam likes me.
All right, I need to do it.
That's why Sam likes me. I just realized. Because all throughout college, I'm like, dude, just have your moment. Like, you just have your moment. I let you have your freak out. I don't give you that positivity.
No, I need people to just be like.
You want that tough love.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Were your parents like that?
No.
They were like positivity?
It was more so like... Well, yeah, I mean, I always felt loved and supported by my parents.
Yeah.
And that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But they never... I mean, I just made it very kind of clear that I could make my own decisions and I could do what I wanted to do. And my parents were just like... all right, you've proven it, like, go ahead. And they stopped, like, monitoring and telling me what to do. So, I mean, it's like I haven't had that strong voice other than my own in a long time.
I don't know what I got. I don't know if I got... My mom was very, like...
Lay down the law. My dad, I think, was a little more back. But, yeah, it kind of depended. I had the typical Asian mother... where, like, she was honor society, straight A's. So it's like she expected that out of both of her sons, and neither of us were that. Yeah.
I was like a B student, but brought home A's.
A B-lister.
B-lister, yeah. Like, I didn't really get C's, but I was just B's. But that's how. But she wanted A's. And she's like, your cousin's honor society, like... your cousin's blah, blah, blah. I'm like, your cousin's getting your PhD. Like, okay, go adopt her.
Yeah, no, I'd be like, well, what's your cousin doing? Like, But...
That's great, yeah.
It's just interesting to kind of see, like, what motivates you and what, like, you use to motivate other people. Because obviously I would never tell somebody else, like... anything like negative like that. Like, I would be very supportive and everything.
That is true. So,
but it's interesting that it doesn't work.
That's true. So yeah, when you try to motivate someone, how do you go about it? Like, say like, oh,
I think it depends on the person, but obviously everyone's go-to is like, oh my gosh, you can do this, you got this, I believe in you. And it's just like, that can only be founded if you feel like that person's belief can be founded. You know what I mean? But when some people say that, it's like, you don't know me. You don't know.
That is true, I guess.
If I can do this.
Because it's like, we do that where it's like, I don't say we do it, because I feel like me and you are similar in that aspect. I don't like that positive stuff either. It's like, okay, like, I get it, but tell me the truth. Like, do you really think I'm going to become a lawyer?
Do you think I have a work ethic to become a lawyer?
Like, you're going to let me go to law school. And then when I drop out in 2 years, what are you going to say? You tried your hardest. Like,
Here's your participation award.
$50,000 in debt.
Yeah, and that's where it comes from, because I feel like we're one of the last, like, generations to where, like, we didn't always get a participation trophy.
Yeah, right? We are. Like, we're going to, after this, it's getting a little soft.
It is!
It's getting soft.
But I'm also realizing that I am soft.
Yeah, I'm a little soft, too, so we are, like, the bridge. Because I have aspects of both.
We're like the gum that, like, keeps the two
right? Because don't
generations.
Like what you're saying, too, don't you feel like she did just say it, I'm stupid, but we have a little bit of both.
Also, that he can't read. He can't read. I texted him earlier and I said, "Oh my God, I have to go to State Farm."
She just puts that out there. No explanation. Hold on. He's illiterate. You know Charlie from It's Always Sunny? He's illiterate. He can't read, guys. He can't. We just lost all of our subs. Everyone just unsubscribed. They're like, this dude can't read, and we're listening to him.
But then he asked me how the fair was. And I was like, the fair?
She said, I'm going to...
State Farm. MERP, like the MERP face where it's like colon, dash. And he was like, smiles only. And I was like, what?
Yeah, she
and
put
then
a
he
bunch
asked
of
me how
frowns.
the fair... If I was going to the fair...
That's why I said smiles only. Why do you think I was so excited for you?
If you had read the text that I sent you...
She said she was going to the state fair. Like, sorry.
I said, I'm going to State Farm. Not even the State Farm. Like, if you could just read, we wouldn't be in this.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting a White Claw. You tell them about your first White Claw.
This is my first White Claw. It is ruby grapefruit, and it belongs to my roommate, Andrew. I'm trying to think. Why was I judging these before?
It's because they were like popping off.
Because it was like a meme, yeah. But it is interesting the fact that they're only 100 calories. Because the Cider Boys, I almost picked it for, was 244.
I remember what we were laughing at.
What were we laughing at?
You were saying that when we were saying I should contact White Claw because I'm...
Oh, yeah, you... Okay,
Cheers.
tell it. Cheers.
Cheers. I was telling her I stopped drinking beers and I've only been drinking like seltzers and like Moscow Mules and whatnot, and so cut out beer. And I've dropped like 25 pounds and I haven't changed my diet or anything. And literally she goes,
He needs to contact White Claw and be like, I am your Jared. Please sponsor me. I've lost 20 pounds and I'm lit.
I'm your Jared. But hey, none of the child stuff. But
Oh my God.
yeah, we gotta none of the child stuff.
Oh my God. Okay, well, this brings me into something else. So a couple days ago at the hospital, we were watching the Amanda Show. Oh. And you know Dan Schneider? Oh, he created the Amanda Show, okay. All that, Drake and Josh, iCarly,
yeah,
all of that. There have just been allegations of him like being inappropriate with the child actors and actresses and stuff, and just how he has like a foot fetish, and it comes out in his work. And we were watching the Amanda Show, and the skit where it's the young girl on the phone with the old man, you know, like prank calling.
Yeah.
That's Dan Schneider. He's the old man. And it's like they're on the phone. She's like telling him what to do. And he's like, what? Blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, take off your shoe and put it in your pants. And he was like, well, that seems inappropriate. And she was like, do it. And he was like, okay. And he takes it off and puts it in his pants. And he was like, it fits perfectly. And I was like, what is happening?
Oh, no.
Amanda Bynes, my heart goes out to you.
Oh, no. You're right.
And, like, we watched this video of just a bunch of shots from Victorious of, like, Ariana Grande.
He did that, too? He did that show?
Yes.
Oh, no.
And he just got fired from Nickelodeon, like, a year ago. Which, you know, it could be for ratings, it could be for... But there's a theory that he is the father of Jamie Lynn Spears' baby. Of why they had to cancel Zoe 101.
That's no shot. Don't they know the dad of the kid?
No.
What?
Nope.
What?
She does. She like refuses to say.
Look
it up.
Let's go to the Google.
Look it up.
Jamie Lynn Spears' baby daddy. Baby daddy Casey Aldridge. So is this like he could be like, they're saying he's the baby
you know,
daddy.
I mean, that's the thing, exactly.
Yeah.
Everything could be planted.
Let's see the baby. Why did it go to Bing? I don't like Bing. Right?
That's
gross.
sketchy.
Is that like something wrong with us that we're both like, Bing?
No, we were raised on Google.
Raised on Google. That's all I know. So he looks like this. We'll put these up there on the screen for you guys. Good looking guy.
Which, obviously, I would hope that that's the case and that she did not father an illegitimate child of the producer that put her on TV. But does not change the fact that the content that was in this guy's show was just a bunch of young girls doing stuff with their feet.
Yeah. The show's kind of ruined now.
Sorry.
Sean Federline? No, that's Brittany's kid.
That's Brittany's baby daddy? Or her kid?
No. I'm talking to the Google. Talking to the Google. Sorry.
Okay. I'll just see myself out of that conversation.
You started this.
Oh, no, I know.
Oh, I know.
But you're talking with the Google.
We're talking with a Google. Jamie Lynn Spears' baby. So who's that?
I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to have to figure this out. The kid.
And honestly, the only people that know
She's still so pretty.
are them. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
Yeah. I remember though when Zoe 101 had to go off because of that. Heartbroken. Mm-hmm. Zoe 101 was the shit.
Yeah, that was a... Ooh.
Ooh. And then what was the school called?
Pacific Coast Academy.
Right. I wanted to go to PCA.
Same. I wanted one of those scooters. Their phones. You remember the phones that they had?
Oh,
They were
yeah.
each like a different color.
Like iPhone stole that from them.
Yeah,
the
for
pairs,
sure.
The pair
for
phones.
Sure. Yes.
Gosh.
Although Apple was clearly...
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
There was like
That's
this.
my opinion.
Is that from?
That's from.
It was the little brother, right?
What I just said. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
No, it's like some old woman on some like reality TV show screaming about how she's entitled to her opinion. I'm sorry, I got off track.
No, there was like when I used to be an aide for students, like after school, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of
Were
my.
you a para or were you an aide?
I was an aide.
Okay.
So I was assigned to one kid, right? Mm-hmm. And he would, all the other kids, like, he would never talk to them. But whenever an argument started between two kids,
He would insert himself?
When one kid said their part of the argument, he would go, "That's your opinion." And that's the only time he interacted.
He would talk.
Oh my gosh. And the first time he said that, because the kid literally said, he's like, the argument was so dumb, they're kids.
Yeah.
He was like, I just think it's dumb that we have to go to school and like listen to these teachers that aren't our parents. And like he says this, it's something so ridiculous that a kid would say, and it's like dead silent, and then the kid on was like, "That's your opinion." I just started dying because it was the first time I've heard him talk.
That's amazing.
And now whenever I like hear people's like, I'm just like, "That's your opinion."
That's
and
your
I think
opinion.
of him.
Oh my gosh, because
His name
they touch your lives.
Yeah, his name is Caleb.
Wow. Kids, man.
I know. You think we were like talking like how crazy it is? Like, how old were your parents when they had you?
My mom was 35, and I think my dad was 45.
Okay, so that's better. We were
They
saying
were
like
old.
like
They're gonna watch this now and be like, "Y'all are old."
Why are you roasting them?
Because they know it.
I do not back what Sam said. You're beautiful.
Did I say they were ugly?
No, you said they were old. You guys are. Age is just a number.
Age is relative. I'm old. If you ask
You're
the
young.
right person.
No, you're young. You're young.
Okay, what were you? He's just feeling insecure now because he's older than I am.
Now I'm younger.
We're all old. No, just what were you gonna say?
I don't even remember. Oh, because we were talking about. Could you imagine?
How old were your parents?
Yeah, my parents were in their 30s. So, but, I was talking with coworkers, and could you imagine having a kid right now?
No.
That's also my. They literally asked me
No, like the other day at work, I sat down at this table, and my friend was like, "So how many kids do you want?" And I was like, how many kids am I gonna birth? And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, it's one thing to like when you're a kid and you're thinking about it, and it's like, oh, like my life, and then it's another thing when you're at the age where it's like you have the ability and you got to think about all the logistics. Mm-hmm. And it's like it's two completely different like
Hypothetically.
I don't know exactly.
Hypothetically.
Oh, you're asking me hypothetically?
Because now I'm interested, yeah.
Well, and this is what
she's
I said.
a realist, so she's of course gonna break it down and be like, give her friends, like, overwhelm her friend. She probably said that to her friend.
Yeah, for sure.
She definitely did. She's like, yeah, word for word.
Word for word. No, truly. But
White Claw. Sorry, you said truly. I don't like it.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm one of those people.
You pick your brand.
Yeah. By the way, we're all over the place, but that's the point of this no topic.
Yeah,
podcast.
this is a no. We didn't even say that though. We
that.
just jumped in.
At least the title will be no topic.
No
so
topic.
They'll know. Yeah.
Okay.
We have to do these like once every time, I think.
Yeah.
But
just to like cleanse our palate.
I want to get my first tattoo.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I'm not thinking yet. So I just know I'm gonna get one.
Okay.
So you'll have to come with me, or I'll. Yeah.
We'll film it.
We'll have to film it. You're like crying like a little baby.
Little baby.
Right.
Whereas when I got my first tattoo, it was my 18th birthday. We had just gotten out of school, Catholic school, and we did the whole like 5 Catholic schoolgirls walk into a tattoo parlor. Like we were cracking jokes the whole time. But yeah, it just feels like a cat scratch. Like it's just like controlled. And then you start to associate the sound of the vibration of the gun, like, with the feeling on your skin. And it's really not bad. Because you know what you're doing and you know you're going to have it forever.
Yeah,
and then it becomes therapeutic. And then it's like, whenever you're going through stuff, it's like, all right, I need a tattoo. And it's like, you need to feel
Damn, that's actually...
the pain.
Yo, I had a friend who, like, literally got a tattoo when, like, right after a breakup. She's like, I need to go get a tattoo. And I went with her.
For sure.
It just makes sense now. I'm stupid.
Everything is therapy.
Yeah.
Or can be therapy. But everything can also destroy you.
Yeah. Alcohol, therapy, destroy.
Meh.
Drugs, therapy, destroy.
That's the thing. If it's drugs that you prescribe to yourself, it destroys you. But if it's drugs that some person with a medical degree describes me, that's what's going to fix me. Like,
she's getting
okay.
into it. Go get it, Sam. I know what you're doing. Go get pharma. We ain't scared. We don't have any sponsorships.
No, this is when we're going to say everything we need to say because we don't have to worry about being dropped
right.
or being canceled. Cancel culture.
Yeah, cancel. I haven't heard that in a while.
Cancel culture?
Because I feel like it's going away now, especially like...
It'll come back.
You think so, though, with
like
social
puppies.
media?
Yeah, with social media.
I don't... Maybe, like, with people who are very sponsored and stuff, but some of these people still...
The people who are canceling people are not even, like, companies. It's people on Twitter who are
with
like,
a fake account?
You should have better morals than me. You're canceled.
That is true.
That's what cancel culture is.
You should be like this, and they're not even like this.
Yeah, and it's
you
just
should
like,
be this way, and they're not even that way.
We're all trying our best. Like...
That should be the motto for the world. We are all trying our best.
We're all out here trying.
Or at least thinking we're trying our best.
And we're trying to figure out why we're even trying.
Yeah. Dude, I saw some thread that, like, totally fucked with my head. It was like... This guy went on, like, a 20-tweet, like, rant. And he's like, hear me out. Like, he knows it's going to be some shit going down when someone's trying to hear me out. You got to hear me out. And it was basically saying, what if the world did end in 2012 and this is some alternate reality that's just a bunch of bullshit? Where he's like, think about it. Time goes faster. Okay, check.
Yep.
He's like, social media kind of runs our lives now. Nobody has their own, like, he's like, everyone's personality is, like, totally fucked. Everyone's just fucked. Check. We can't really communicate with one another anymore without these devices. Check. It's like government knows it's going. He just kept going.
We are all getting rounded up.
Right? He's like, we're just in some alternate reality, and this shit ended in 2012.
It is kind of freaky.
And he kept dropping like all these facts. He's like, tell me why you get your these Facebook ads. Like that's part of like the person running your reality knows. Like.
Whereas, oh my gosh, technology. But that's the thing. Think about, like, ancient civilizations. And like, oh, it's magic, it's witchcraft. It's just because we couldn't comprehend or explain, like, why these things are able to do these things. I can tell you why we see the ads. And it's because we do have a microphone. Yeah. And the microphone is being used. And it creeps me out.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm probably gonna get a bunch of ads for White Claws next time I go on Facebook, and I will have to let you know.
Yes, piggybacking off of Samantha, at work, I use a computer all day long. I'm on Facebook and stuff for work, but the people around me like to joke. They're like, your FBI agent is the best. Because whenever we talk around my computer, we get an ad. We were talking about engagement rings. 5 ads for engagement rings. Person sitting next to me is getting a new mattress. Mattress ads. Everything. We just kept talking, and then so like we like to mess with it now. We call him Mike, my FBI agent.
That's your FBI agent?
Like Mike.
But so that's the interesting thing. So how does it work? Is it tapped into just your internet use? So he knows your computers and he knows your phones? I'm just talking hypotheticals. Like if we were to write a short story.
Partly because I'm in association with you. FBI is probably watching you for sure.
Yeah, no.
They're probably watching you. And then my cousin's in the Army, and I spent a lot of time with him because we do vlogs and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
They're probably watching him too. So I'm like, it's a combination of who I'm hanging with.
And it's like this anxiety started when my cousin first told me about how she always puts a sticky note over the webcam on her computer. And I was always like, what? Like, that's so weird. Like, nobody... And then you see those, like, scary movies.
Dude. When I go to sleep, the first thing I do is I look if my laptop's open, and then I close it. Like, sometimes it's open and pointed at me. I get out of my bed and close it.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, this thing. Yeah, like, they're watching.
They are.
They know what's going to happen on the podcast before. Like, they saw the stuff we didn't record.
Yeah, they did. The stuff that I'm, like, terrified to get out. Right. Even though we're just sitting here.
Like, 5 years from now, when we blow up, this is going to be like a behind the scenes. We got to contact the FBI.
Yeah. No, they're just going to delete all of this. Like, this isn't even going to get out there.
Yeah, they don't care about us.
Until they do.
Until they do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we haven't even talked about the whole main reason. Once upon a time.
And that's what I was just about to say. Is like, it kind of even goes into the whole like Dan Schneider thing that we were just talking about. And I mean, if you want to bring
I'm just waiting for this connection, yeah.
Epstein.
Dude, that's bull. Those guards got paid off. Like, what the fuck? Like, you got him. Like, he has to serve his time.
That was the equivalent of we got him. And, like,
we got him.
He was going to expose everyone, though.
I know.
Everyone. And that's what I mean, where it's like the pedophilia and the sex trafficking is so ingrained into Hollywood and DC that it's like, we can't even... like, Dan Schneider, all of those shows, just the content of the show.
Why do you think that is? Like, is it just all these guys who are creative?
Creepy. I don't know because I don't hear stories about women doing this kind of stuff. It's all men that are generating these shows and casting these girls and telling them what to do and writing their words for them.
Dude, I think it's the internet. Like, they just get these, like, weird, like I don't know what, like, were men always, like, pedophiles? Like, probably.
Yes!
But, like, what? Like, I just don't get it.
I don't know. It's freaky.
You think it's something with power?
It goes into Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because...
With the little girl.
Yeah, with the little girl and...
Okay, first of all, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is Pulp Fiction 2.
Go into it.
It was so good. Like, the people that aren't digging it.
I haven't seen anybody say anything bad.
I've read a lot
other than a couple, like, racist comments. They're like, oh, he didn't need to put that in there. Like, this...
It was like
racism exists.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't know about people's... But, like, some people didn't like it. And it's like... This was literally... It's going to be broken down in, like, college classes. Like, this is his Pulp Fiction 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he said so much.
Like, there's so many aspects from where... Okay, there was a theory I heard. Did Brad Pitt even exist? Like, his character. Like, was the whole time just, like... Think about... I know, I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
But, like, it's like...
It's interesting.
Like, there was no stunt double. Like, that was just... his like two.
That was like his crutch.
Yeah, it was like
his
weird.
mental crutch.
And then the other theory, this was me. What I realized this in the theater was that. So Leo is living this amazing life on screen, and Brad Pitt's living this like bandit, amazing bandit real life off the screen,
but
like
he's
meeting,
not on screen.
Yeah, meeting the Mansons, like going there, like standing off with them, fighting them, and then he's doing the scene like. And I'm just sitting in the theater like, holy hell. Tarantino is literally just like being like... I was like, so is he saying like the celebrities and the actors, like we think they live this great life, but really it's like the people behind the, like saying himself, like the people behind the camera actually have the better lives.
Yes!
So like,
that's exactly, because I think he was like... Was he comparing himself to... Roman Polanski?
I think so. Was he in this movie?
Tarantino?
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't remember.
I don't either.
His cameo. I don't think so.
And
then the other thing that's interesting is it did not say the numeral number film by Tarantino. It just said a film by Tarantino.
She was like texting me in the theater.
Yeah.
Because I saw it first and then she saw it. But
even though we said we were going to see it together.
I feel like it's like 70-30 my fault, but I'm getting like 100, but I'll take it.
No, I had a great time. I had a great time seeing that movie.
We'll watch it again. I'm down to watch it again.
Yeah, it's just... I just couldn't believe how much he was able to fit into that movie. Like, he was able to go into, like, every single person in Hollywood, whether it be, like you said, the person off camera, the person on camera, the child star, like, the up-and-comer.
She needs an Oscar, like,
She
tomorrow.
was fantastic.
So, like, right now. She was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah. She was... But it goes into with, should kids be allowed to, like...
Right,
be in movies like this, because okay, let's talk about Good Boys.
Okay.
That Seth Rogen movie.
Yep.
I don't think it should be allowed.
You don't?
No, because it really is. That's the fact of the matter is, why can they act in that and do all of these things that we think is inappropriate, and their parents can sign a waiver and be like, well, my kids are allowed to do this. And it's like fucking these child actors up that are learning all of these things about life that they shouldn't know that young. And it's like, no wonder child actors just get fucked up.
I never even thought about that.
It's because we're treating them like they're adults when they're not.
Sam's on to something. I didn't even think about that. And I really want to see Good Boys.
And they're not allowed to watch it. Like, they can't even get in.
That's like the trailer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that it's kind of disgusting that they're using that as the gimmick. But they were really comfortable with having these, like, 12 and 13-year-old boys in real life, like, do all these things that if those were my kids and I was like, this is what my kids are doing... Which I know what I was doing when I was 13, and it wasn't like my parents didn't know everything, but it was never...
Yeah.
You just don't want to promote that.
Yeah.
And it goes into the thing with Euphoria about how, you know, that HBO show, and it's like these high school kids, and they're doing all of these drugs. They're doing fentanyl.
Yeah.
And it's just like, are people in situations like this where they're addicted to drugs like this? Absolutely. Does it take place in high school? I can't say, but should it be continued to be like shown and glorified? No, just have it take place in college.
Oh, you're saying like make the setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a huge problem with the fact that Euphoria is set to high school kids. Because I think it's absurd. I think the most realistic portrayal of high school that I've seen in a movie is 21 Jump Street.
Damn, yeah. That's good. That is a really good portrayal of high school. The only thing is, though...
Where they're like, you don't care about the environment, man?
Yeah.
And they're like, I was studied all night for that test. Like, because they care about their grades. They care about the environment. But they're still, like, assholes because they think they're better than everybody. But that's what high school is. It's not, like, dumb, like, I'm a jock, you're a nerd anymore. Like, everybody needs to graduate. It's not like that. And everybody with their backpacks... How he's like one strap it, you gotta one strap it, and everyone's got two straps on. Like,
it's like, why are they two strapping?
Yeah, it's because it's practical. That's what I would say.
What I was thinking though is the fentanyl stuff definitely happens in high school. I only know because I knew kids like who did that stuff, like.
Which I'm sure, like I said.
Yeah.
I went to Roomba.
Error 19. Please open the iRobot Home app for help.
No. But like I said, I'm not naive enough to think that these things don't happen.
No, yeah, I understand.
Should we be
like glorifying
and people are like, oh, it's not glorifying it, it's putting the truth out there, because I'm one of those people that, whatever. But when you said it in high school, when you're in high school, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, this is me, like, this is what I should be doing. And I don't know, high school kids are fucking kids, and I think that we continue to like want to look at them like they're adults, which they should be able to be looked at as adults to make their own decisions.
I think at 18, like, yeah, they're still, I'm 25 and I'm still learning so much and don't feel like an adult at all. I'm just getting paid somehow, but
yeah,
like,
and I'm in the same boat,
right? Like, we're just,
and I'm 23.
Yeah, but at 18, mainly in this country, if you're allowed to go to war, I think you're allowed to have a beer.
I agree.
Yeah. So that's
the fact that I have to be 21 now to buy cigarettes.
What?
In the state of Illinois.
I didn't know that.
Yep. And it's like ridiculous because obviously, I started smoking cigarettes when I was 19.
Okay.
So it's like it was after I was 18. So it's like I should have never had a problem. But if I was 19 and I started smoking cigarettes and then now they switched it to 21, I can't imagine like going there and having them be like, like yesterday I could buy it and today I can't.
Yeah.
Like I would like I would unleash.
Yeah. Like, it's not like we're like saying, oh, all 18-year-olds should smoke and drink. It's just literally the country says you can die for this country. So why wouldn't they be able to have a beer and smoke a cigarette?
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think the whole 21 drinking thing works because besides like the needle in the haystack, there's not a soul I know that didn't drink or smoke like before they were 21.
Right, exactly. I mean, if you look at other countries and their drinking age,
it's so much smarter.
It's so much like people chill out more with it because they could do it when they were younger and they realized it's not a big deal. Yeah. But it becomes a rebellion thing. Like, you do it because you're not supposed to.
Yeah, and then in America, you do it in high school. Let's get fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Like, you literally... But, like, in, like, overseas, they're drinking wine when they're, like, 10. That's the dream.
Yeah, that's the dream. Everyone's like... When I would ask my parents, like, oh, can I have a sip of that or whatever, they would always tell me yes.
Yeah.
Because they knew that I wasn't going to like it. And they knew that if I felt like I could have it whenever I wanted, that I wasn't going to, like, go out of my way to, like, abuse it. As we sit here and we drink.
So, what else about this movie?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I really loved the scene where Margot Robbie
watches herself
in the movie, and I just felt like it broke the fourth wall, and it broke like another like dimensional like sixth wall.
Yes.
Because it showed her in the movie, her watching the movie, and then it was like we could see the shot of both movie theaters and the movie while we're watching the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like that's how people feel. Like, people watch movies and they see themselves. That's all I really,
That was deep, yeah. It's like we see ourselves in the movies. I didn't even think of that aspect. But what made me go crazy is that, so it made me sad and happy because she wants to feel good about herself, right?
Yeah.
Everyone wants to feel good about yourself. If
Yeah.
you're not trying to feel good about yourself in this fucking life, what the hell? Like, you're full of bullshit. Everyone wants to feel good. And then it was also sad because it's like, she went alone. Like, that's not the big...
Why didn't she have any money?
She didn't have any money.
Roman
she had to tell...
Polanski, puts her on a leash.
Yeah. She had to tell the lady, who she was. And, then I felt like, okay, so she's, a B-class actress.
Yeah.
And then, what got to me was just, yeah, she's, that's what made her feel good, though, was, hearing, all the other people,
enjoying... Yeah.
the same reason it made me feel good is the same reason it made me feel bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because it's we're constantly looking for validation outside of ourselves
Holy
while we're
shit.
looking for it inside. It's just
That's social media.
That's social media.
Holy shit, Sharon
Bring
Tate
it
is
back
social
now,
media.
y'all.
Bring it back now, y'all. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's
The
okay,
movie's still
now that
hitting
we're
us.
at this point, what next? What do you do about these realizations? Because all I really know how to do at this point is to realize these things. And this makes me sound like
And what do you do with them?
Kylie
Yeah.
Jenner, where it's I feel like we're all just realizing things.
Oh, yeah. And what do we do with
But
them?
what do you do with those realizations? How do you
'Cause we don't
implement them?
I don't got the answer, Sway. You don't know the reference?
No.
That was when Kanye freaked out on Sway. I don't have the answer, Sway. But
Sway Lee?
yeah, I love him. Oh no, not Sway Lee. No, it's his name's. If you saw Sway, you'd know who Sway is. But what else? Do you remember in class how we talked about Tarantino has no sense of time? He doesn't care. He
I
literally.
didn't even think about it. How many
Remember?
days was that?
Well, he did the 2 days, and then he fast forwarded 6 months. I'm this dude doesn't care.
He really doesn't. He really doesn't. But the way that he can just he takes everything and he tells you, this is a fucked up life, this is a fucked up story. But he somehow makes it so that everything, the aesthetic of everything is still so, picture perfect.
Yeah.
Even while everything, these people are still falling apart.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a really interesting, worldview. Because it is so true.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. We
I'm
think
sorry.
that everything's a mess, but...
I'm sorry. This isn't even because she's right here. I would say this if she wasn't right here. But, I just like listening to Sam talk. So that's why I haven't really been talking about it. Because, when Sam gets going, it gets me going. But
I feel like people hate...
no, I feel like that too with me. Is that why did we just become best friends?
Yep. But thank you.
All
That's
of you,
very nice.
all of our friends that are gonna see this, don't worry, we have each other. We won't bother you.
But yeah, beautiful
What else
movie,
about that
beautiful
movie?
film.
Okay. One more aspect before we wrap this up.
What were you gonna say?
When Leo is acting
In that scene, that was the scene I was gonna bring up too.
See, we're friends.
When it just started and they're going and they're in it and I'm
The
like,
one
all
where
right,
he was
we're
in the
watching
saloon.
this movie now.
In the saloon, okay.
I'm like, all right, we're watching this movie now, and he's going, the acting, and then what's the line? And it's like, whoa!
I forgot. Me and Sam had a 30-minute conversation on the phone about this. She called me when I was. Okay, she called me. Whatever. I had to mute the phone.
Where were
And
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. But I forgot that he was acting as an actor, and when he said line, I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot this was a scene."
Actor acting as an actor, acting as an actor. I mean, Tarantino just loves to do that, shells, peel all the different shells.
We were fully into that scene, and then I was like, "Oh," but. Also, one of those other scenes with the girl, when he's with the girl and in that scene, That acting was so good. Like, that was, like, amazing.
And that's what she said. She came up
Yeah.
and she was like, that was the best acting I've ever seen in my whole life.
That was, I thought...
And was it? It was good. But I told you, I was creeped out with just how he was, like,
handling
her. Just when he was holding her like that. Like, it's one thing if you're going to be rough with her. I feel like that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was also a commentary on things that just happened.
Yeah, that was insane. It, like, made me think of The Revenant. Like, I thought I was watching...
I hated The Revenant.
What?
Hated it.
Why?
That movie was created for the sole purpose of winning Oscars. It was cinematography and, like, smoke and mirrors. Like, no.
It was a true story.
The movie itself...
Is the next podcast topic The Revenant?
No, let's get into it right now.
Right now?
Like, the acting that he was doing, like, he was like, oh, yeah, I ate bone marrow and, like, method
He
acting.
actually
For
did that,
sure.
by the way.
He did do that.
Okay.
But, like... Nobody asked you to do that. I did not get, like, oh my God, he was so into this part. It was like, Leo is thirsty as fuck for an Oscar.
I disagree so hard. Okay, first of all, don't just shrug off the cinematography.
The cinematography was gorgeous, but that's all it was.
It was only natural lighting. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic.
Only natural lighting.
Awesome.
So they took like a long ass time to film this movie because they traveled all over the world for these shots. The method acting, there's the one scene where he eats the raw fish. He actually did that. Then there's also the part where like the buffalo heart or whatever they ate. He actually ate that.
I feel like he just wanted people to know that, and then he can be like, oh my God, I'm such a good actor.
The mauling of the bear.
Leo should have won an Oscar in 1993 for What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah. He also probably should have won for... Did he win for Django? Can I have another one too?
Yeah. No, he did not win for Django.
I think he should have won for Django.
Which Django was good, but that is not one of my favorite Tarantino movies.
I think my favorite, like, I might be living in the moment, but my favorite right now might be Once Upon a Time.
Okay, it's creeping up there. I've been thinking about it a lot, and it definitely sits well. And that's how you know a movie's good. You know what I mean? But I'm still like Kill Bill. Like Kill Bill 1 and 2, like that's one movie for me.
It is one, because he wanted one, the studio wanted two. He wanted to put out a 4.5 hour movie.
And I promise you, my ass would have sat there. Well, I was young when it came out.
And all my days off.
Yeah.
Same there. Me and Sam.
Play it again. Well, do you remember? Because we watched Kill Bill in Major Directors.
Yes.
And then I went home after that class and I watched 2 right away.
I know, I was so jealous because I didn't have whatever you had, the streaming service.
I looked it up on 123 Movies.
We do. This podcast does not support this website.
Pirating movies.
Cheers.
Cheers.
But
okay, this one is better.
Yeah, right?
That flavor.
Oh,
sure.
it's deadly. I'm gonna
okay,
be saving rock for tonight.
How long have we been going?
Pretty long.
Yeah. So. Let's wind it down.
I feel like it's like recess. Like I'm like 10
We're
again.
All right, time to come inside. Yeah,
okay.
But you can't pout.
Use your words.
Use your words.
Anything else to say about Once Upon? I feel like we're missing something, but we covered all. Oh, what did I miss? The scene in the trailer when he's talking to himself.
Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah, we almost just missed like a
about
huge talking
killing
point.
himself.
That was amazing.
I think he's gonna get nominated at least for an Oscar just because of that scene.
That scene, that for sure, and that's what I mean. Like that's not the acting that I saw in The Revenant, and I understand that it was a different kind of persona and acting, whatever. But
I think what does it for me with The Revenant is the true story aspect. I'm a big...
And see, I'm like, no, nobody asked you to do that. You did that to yourself, and you're like, I did this. Like, yeah. That's like playing the martyr.
Tom Hardy should have won an Oscar for that movie. Revenant.
For The Revenant?
Yeah.
I don't even remember him in it.
He was the bad guy.
You. Oh.
He's the one who killed his son.
I really did not like the movie. I really was not a fan.
That breaks my heart.
And I went and saw it in theaters.
Because a lot of people don't like it.
I didn't. But that scene, so he
in the trailer
comes out of... It was after filming that scene where he was like lying.
Yeah, and he
forgot the line.
He acted bad. Going off of the scene where he asked for the line, he acted bad. I'm like, this is awful. And then all of a sudden, I was like, how good of an actor do you have to be to act bad?
Which, this is what brings me back to, okay, so you know that I did that thing for like a month where I watched all of Johnny Depp's movies.
Yeah, you're like that.
Yeah, I am like that. And,
she just clawed me.
there was a fuzz I grabbed out of the air.
She's all white clawed.
But, okay, no, so there was a movie that I was watching, and it was The Tourist. Have you seen this movie?
No.
So it's Johnny Depp. It's Angelina Jolie.
I might have that.
And she's like, it's about like spies and whatever. And I'm watching this movie, and every movie that I watched that had Johnny Depp in it, I was like, he is the king. Mm-hmm. Like, he can just outact anybody. Like, I fully believe him. Like, oh my gosh, like it's like I can read his thoughts.
Do you know the background too about like Pirates of the Caribbean? Like how they basically like they said that they would give him the lines and he just transformed that character. Like
he got nominated for that character and he didn't win. That's the thing, and that's who I get mad that doesn't have an Oscar. Johnny Depp does not have an Oscar, and everybody was all. It is true. You can take that to the bank because everybody was so up in arms about Leo.
Yeah. And
Johnny Depp does not have one, and it's because
does Brad Pitt have one?
It's because of.
I thought Brad Pitt was phenomenal in this movie.
He might have. Didn't he get one for Moneyball or something?
Moneyball was great. I'm gonna look it up. Continue.
It up. But so I'm watching this movie and I'm like, this is weird. Yeah. I was like getting the vibe that he was like a cool guy, like trying to be a nerd. And I was like,
The Tourist?
In The Tourist, yeah. And I was like, this is just off. Like, something's off about this performance. Like, it was driving me crazy the whole time I was watching it.
Yeah.
And then I got to the end. And, I mean, this is going to spoil it. So, spoilers. I think this movie came out in, like, 2004. So, if you haven't seen it, like, whatever. But the twist is that the person that they've been looking for this entire time is him. And he had, like, facial reconstructive, like, surgery to, like, look like someone else. But I was just like, he's the king. He is the king because he somehow managed to play two people being one person to where I was picking up on that.
And is The Tourist...
Go ahead.
Is The Tourist too like one of those movies that isn't rated well?
No.
No?
No. Okay. It's like, no. It's not. No. And it's not one of my favorites, but I was just super impressed with like the levels of his
acting. Okay.
And because it'd be so easy for him to be like, oh yeah, I'm this person, and then you find out that he is actually this person. Okay, because if I'm an actor and like this is my part,
yeah,
I can play this part. But when you have a part that's like your character is pretending to be another person, it'd be so easy for you to just cut the corners and go straight to that person that they're trying to be and cut out the middleman of the character trying to be that person. But he somehow, like he didn't go straight to the end and be that nerd. He was still, like, that spy.
She just mind-fucked the hell out of me.
But did it make sense?
It did, but that's why it's, like, mind-fucking me. Because it did, and it was just confusing.
Sorry. That's how it always is I wonder if I'm making any sense. But,
on the podcast or in general?
In general. Because these are the conversations, obviously, that I want to have.
Yeah.
But I feel like there would be a lot of people that if I even tried to explain like
it's
that, they would just be like, stop.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just too much. We're just too much for some people.
I think a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Brad Pitt has not won an Oscar for acting.
Oh, he was nominated for Moneyball.
For
yes.
Moneyball, Benjamin Button, and The Big Short.
Okay.
He was really good in The Big Short.
I love The Big Short.
Hell yeah.
But I also love Wolf of Wall Street
Yeah.
and Leo.
You know
was great in
what
that.
is comparable to, you're saying, like, where his, like, acting skills were just, like, the reason I asked you this was, I asked if the movie was low rated,
Yeah.
was because,
A lot of his movies are.
no, Joaquin Phoenix has, like, movies that are rated, like, really bad, but his acting is just unreal.
Yeah, he is good.
He's
in Her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From...
Samantha. That's like the Siri in Her is called Samantha. Have you seen that movie? It's like about the guy who like gets into a relationship with Siri.
Oh, so it's like similar?
To Siri?
Are you talking about Her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You keep saying Samantha and I'm confused.
That's the name of the Siri.
Oh, I've only seen it once.
Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's like Siri, yeah, and he
Yeah.
like falls in love with her.
Yeah, and it's really interesting.
Yeah. I think he's one of the best actors, and he's like underappreciated. It's not that he's underappreciated, but
I don't think about him all the time.
he doesn't have an Oscar. He's been nominated for... Okay, have you ever seen the movie The Master with him?
Mm-mm.
It's like, it's not that great of a movie, but his
performance.
He probably puts one of the best performances in the past decade in that movie.
And it's just interesting, because that's what I would argue about Johnny Depp. Like, a lot of his movies are, like, not good, but every single performance he's ever done is Oscar-worthy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, he could have won for Gilbert Grape. He should have won for Pirates of the Caribbean. But he ended up getting, like, blacklisted because he went and made those movies in France. And he didn't make them in America. Yeah.
That's annoying.
And he, like, lived in France for a while. And I watched a weird foreign movie that he was only in it for, like, 2.5 minutes.
Speaking of Leo and stuff, is that there's a movie that came out with Leo and Tobey Maguire that, like, they made before they became famous in, like, their teens, and they don't want it to come out. Because apparently...
Put it out!
Dude, no, it's all over Twitter right now. I saw it last night. There's, like, clips from it. It's because there's a lot of, like, sexual harassment stuff, and, like, they improv'd, like, the whole movie, apparently. So, like,
How did this get out?
I don't know. It was, like, in black and white, too. I saw clips of it, and it does not look like what he's saying to her. He's, like, saying, like, all right, like, get out of my fucking house. Like, we're done. Like, we banged, like, basically, like. But they don't want it out because they were, like, 17 when they made it. And that shit's coming out now. But.
God, and that's just where it always is. Like, everything will always come back to you.
Yeah. When you put it on film. So this podcast.
Even if you don't put it on film, it'll find its way back.
True.
It just might not be public.
Yeah.
Putting things on film
makes
things very public.
All right, guys. This was No Topic.
No topic.
We might just have to make all podcasts No Topic.
No topic, for sure.